concepts of chemistry. So first of all, we will understand what this chapter is trying to tell us. Okay. So we will have a broad vision on what this chapter is trying to tell us and what we should take from this chapter. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about the language of chemistry. Okay, how the chemistry talks. Language of chemistry. Language of chemistry. So when I say language of chemistry, you should know a few things. For example, if you want to learn any language, you should know what are its letters. You should know what are its words. And obviously, not all combination of letters are words. Right? If I say, let us suppose something like T, S, P, and A. So this is also a combination of word. What are the, sorry, this is a combination of letters. What are the letters? T, S, P, A. But this does not make sense. But if I write it like this, now this is a combination. The same letters are used, but in a meaningful sequence that is going to make words. Okay. So not all combinations are going to make sense. Only some combinations are going to make sense. Similarly, when I am going to talk about words, and afterwards we have to make sentences. And not all combination of words will give you meaningful sentences. Only some certain combination of words are going to give you meaningful sentences. This is in general about language. The letters in chemistry are going to be the elements. Elements are the letters in chemistry. Molecular compounds are the words, and reactions are the sentences in chemistry. But you will say, sir, we have to learn this already. You have learned पहला ही जो chapter था in the 10th standard, it was what? It was chemical reactions and equations. I will say yes, correct. You have learned about this elemental part of reactions. What you are going to learn in this standard is the useful or the practical sense of reactions. So let's assume you have to go to the lab and then you have to perform some reaction. In order to perform any reaction, what you will have to deal with, you will have to deal with the amount of things. Like the amount of reactant you have to take, and then you will have to calculate the amount of product. Like in practical sense, we are more concerned with what amount of reactant we have taken and what amount of product is to be formed, right? So that is why in this class, we are going to learn about this element, compounds, and reactions, but in the context of their amounts. Is that clear? Yes or no? Please tell me. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, so this is was first thing that we have to talk about reactions. We have to be able, after this chapter, you will be able to talk about reactions in terms of their amount. Right now, you are only capable, like in the 10th standard, what you have been taught is the reactions in terms of the reactant and product, not about the amount, right? So right now in this class, what we are going to learn, we are going to learn about the amount of different reactants and what amount of products will be formed. Now, another thing that very important that we are going to learn in this chapter regarding the language of chemistry is the translations. Like if you learn any new language, you should be able to translate it to the local language, whatever you know already. And whatever you know already, for example, let's suppose English and you want to speak Arabic. So you should be able to translate from English to Arabic and Arabic to English. Similarly, here also, there will be certain words which will be having some chemical meaning. Chemical meaning, and it does not mean it will be chemical substances, but it will have some meaning which is related to chemistry. And you should be able to translate it to simple English to extract more information and to understand it deeply. So that is another thing. I will point out where we are using translations in the course of this whole chapter. So we have to learn about what main things kya hai. The main thing that we have to learn about is amount. We have to learn about reactions in the context of amount. And another major part is the translations. Okay? Now, if I focus on amount and if I am in a lab and I want to measure something, right? So I will be using what I will be using to, I will be weighing that substance, right? I will be weighing that substance. Now, when the concept of weight is introduced in chemistry, we have to introduce it to the most basic part of chemical substances, that is atom. And from here, the class starts. The first topic that we have to learn is what? It is atomic weight. Now, atomic weight or atomic mass. Now, mass and weight, these are different. I mean, they have some difference if you talk about in terms of 9th standard physics that you have learned. But chemistry, na, it is a subject which is physics and mathematics. थोड़ा सा आपको ना यहाँ पे दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा. Like you will have to have a bit of focus, and this will be helpful for you in the long run. Is that physics and maths? Those subjects, they are built from bottom to top. Like there were small inventions, and then you went to the top, and then we are going to talk about the galaxies and the solar system and so on. So it was started from very bottom, and individual contributions were done initially in physics and mathematics. There was some scientist in some place who was doing some experiment. There was some scientist in some other place who was doing some experiment, and slowly they built up maths and physics. But in chemistry, what has happened? No? In chemistry, what has happened? Almost everything has been from top to bottom. For example, the compounds that have some name, for example, आप सुनो about acetic acid. So acetic acid, acetone, these compounds were produced in mass. Industrial preparation was done, even when we did not know the structure of those molecules. We just knew the properties of those molecules, and because those properties were useful for us, and that is why we were preparing them and we were producing them in industrial levels. Tons and tons of, similarly for aniline, that is one molecule. We did not know the structure, but we were able to produce it. So initially, chemistry was done by industry, and slowly it became down, and then slowly different individual scientists, they gave some contribution. Also, one more thing is that now chemistry is what it is, a very niche type of subject. You cannot have many chemicals around you. You will always have certain mixtures, right? You cannot have pure chemicals around you. For example, if I ask you name some chemicals, you will say, okay, fine, NaCl, sodium hydroxide, H2SO4, HCl. You can name many chemicals, but only a few chemicals will be around you. For example, if one of the chemical will be water, even that will be impure. That will not be pure. You will not have pure water, right? They will have some kind of impurity in that. Even if you are getting it from RO, there will be some minerals in it. There will be some calcium, magnesium ions in it. Even if you talk about NaCl, the salt that you are taking, it is going to be iodized salt. It will have some component of iodine. Right? So chemistry is a subject which cannot be done individually, right? There are many reactions, or there are many experiments that you can do, for example, in physics with light, but in chemistry, it cannot be done. So many of the things that you are going to learn in chemistry will be whatever the industry was using, people accepted it, and it was followed. ठीक है, चलिए, तो ये तो दो चीज आप याद रखिएगा. अब तक also think about this in the whole 11th and 12th standard. Right now you are on the first class of knowledge. Till 10th standard it was, you had restricted mind and everything. Now you can open the horizon and you can think about many things. So when you are studying chemistry and when you're studying physics and mathematics, I don't know about biology. I did not have biology in my 12th standard. Okay, so I cannot comment on biology. Okay, so you see that in physics and mathematics, it is bottom to top. Chemistry is top to bottom. Okay, इसको थोड़ा mind में रखिएगा. In 12th standard, you will have much clarity. Now, when we talk about atomic weight or atomic mass, weight and mass, they have different meanings in terms of physics, but atomic weight and atomic mass, we use them interchangeably. When I say atomic mass and atomic weight, they mean the same thing. There is no difference in them. Now, I want you to think. थोड़ा focus चाहिए हमको, है ना? I am only speaking, so I think now I have your focus.
Yes,
Think
sir.
like an 8th standard student. Think like an 8th standard student, and tell me, if you hear this word atomic weight or atomic mass, what would come to your mind? Faz and Ali. Like, just look at the English word atomic mass, atomic weight. Don't think about chemistry. Think like a 6th standard, 7th standard. You're very good at English and you have heard this word atomic weight or atomic mass. What would you understand by this word?
Sir, the weight of an atom.
I hope that makes sense. Yes or no? Ali also, Faz also, yes or no? I mean, even
Yes,
a
sir.
7th or 8th standard student, they will think
Yes.
the same thing, right, Faz? It will be
Yes,
what?
sir.
Mass of an atom or mass of an atom. Now, whenever we want to talk about mass, it will be useful to introduce a unit also. For example, if you want to buy potato, or tomatoes or anything like that, then you will talk in terms of kgs, right? Give me 2 kgs, give me 3 kgs. And if you want to ask someone to bring you some tomatoes, then you will say, bring 1 kilo of tomatoes or something. But if you want to buy jewelry, like if you want to buy gold or something like that, then you will be talking in terms of, will you be talking in terms of kg? Will you say that
Grams.
bring me grams, milligrams also, right? Sometimes, correct?
Yes, sir.
So the magnitude, like how much you're buying, that is important, that number, and unit is also important. But when I think about mass of an atom, I don't know whether you have been to a jewelry shop or not, but they have very sensitive weighing machines. Like they can, the weighing machine can even measure 1 milligram. Yeah. But if you pluck one hair strand, so you pluck one of your hair strand and you put it on the weighing machine, that weighing machine cannot detect the weight of that one hair, because that one strand of hair, because it is very light, you know. And that one strand of hair, it will be having millions and millions of atoms. Correct? Yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
One strand of hair, it will be containing. But our weighing machines, they are not able to measure that hair strand. That means even milligram is very large when I compare to the mass of an atom. So when the chemists, they introduced mass of an atom, they have to also introduce a new unit. So they said that mass of an atom in atomic mass unit. So this was, I mean, very simplistically, they said that the unit that we'll be using, for potatoes we use kgs, for gold we use grams and milligrams, for mass of an atom we will use this unit, atomic mass unit. Make sense? Yes or no, please tell me.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Make sense? Mass of an atom in atomic mass unit is called atomic mass or atomic weight. ठीक है? Anything you write, it's the same thing. Right? Make sense? Yes or no, please tell me. So yeah. Is this definition clear? I hope this is not something that you have to memorize. I hope now you can have some conceptual understanding about this sentence. Okay. Now, whenever, like scientists, what they do, they introduce a new unit, atomic mass unit. Okay. Now think about the first time someone used the unit kg. So whenever kg must have been introduced in the world, someone would have said now that mass of this stone is 1 kg. It would have been something like that now. There would be some reference, right? The mass of this thing will be now 1 kg. Whatever the weight of this thing is there, one stone or one rod or one some like metal, right? So they would have said that everyone would have agreed. Okay, fine. We will take this as what we will take this as the reference. Whatever the mass of this particular stone is, that will be 1 kg. थोड़ा sense बन रहा है? Can you understand this? Faz and Ali, what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right now, there would have been a time, like how do we know what is 1 kg? There would be someone who said that this is 1 kg, right? So here also in atomic mass unit also, we have to choose a reference. Like mass of something, we will say that will be like 1 atomic mass unit, 1 AMU, that will be 1 AMU. So scientists, they were doing many experiments and they found out that hydrogen was the lightest element. So they said mass of 1 hydrogen atom will be equal to 1 AMU. So what is 1 AMU? It is the mass of 1 hydrogen atom. Okay, so this was in the starting, and after that they started measuring many other elements. So this is just a simple weighing tool. I know what we call this. We call this weighing scale, right? Yes or no? Weighing scale, ऐसे ही बोलते हैं ना? Correct. We call this
Yes, sir.
weighing scale, है ना? Right. So this is weighing scale. And what did they start? They said that I will keep helium here, and then I will keep hydrogen. So they kept 1 hydrogen, and they saw that the helium side was going down. That means helium is heavier than hydrogen. So they kept another hydrogen. Helium side was still going down. They kept another hydrogen. Helium side was still going down. They kept another hydrogen. So when they kept 4 hydrogen, the helium side and the hydrogen side were on equal. And they were not, I mean, none was going down. They were on equal heights, right? So what we can say, what is the mass of helium atom? Tell me guys, in how much AMU?
4 mu.
Mass of, very nice, mass of one helium atom. Faiz, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा, आपका सिर्फ mic on है. Your mic
Yes,
is
sir.
on, but I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
4
I
AMU.
understand.
ठीक है, please don't write now, and I will give you time to write. If you're writing, please don't write now. Similarly,
Yeah.
like they did the same thing, and they calculated the mass of lithium atom. That was 7 AMU. They calculated, or rather measured, the mass of, let us suppose, carbon atom. This was equal to 12 AMU. They calculated the mass of oxygen atom, and this was equal to 16 AMU, and so on. But then something happened. What happened? Then there was a scientist who was measuring the mass of helium atom, and mass of helium atom was equivalent to only 2 hydrogens. It was very confusing. Some scientists are in Europe, some scientists are in USA, some scientists are in Russia, some are in Japan. Okay. So what they found out was that sometimes 2 hydrogen atoms are equal to helium. Any idea how would this happen? Faz and Ali? Any idea how would this happen? Any idea? No idea.
No, sir.
Have you heard?
No.
Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this word? Isotope. Have you heard of this word, isotope? Just tell me if you have heard or not. I mean, I will not ask what is isotope. Have you heard
Yes,
this
sir.
word,
I have heard.
isotope?
Yes,
हाँ
sir.
ठीक है, I will not ask. Don't worry. ऐसा बच्चे ना डर जाते हैं, उनको लगता है स्कूल है ना? You guys think like if I say yes, sir will ask what is isotope. I will not. If you have heard, then I will remind you what is isotope, है ना? See, हमने, what did I say? You should know what is Mg, what is Br, what is Cl. And I will not ask you what is isotope. Okay, don't worry about it. So what is isotope? I will remind you and you will remember. When the element, it has same number of protons, or rather, if you don't know proton, atomic number is same. Atomic number is same, but mass number is different. Right? You have the same atomic number, but the mass number is different. You guys remember it now? कुछ याद आया?
Yes, sir.
Same atomic number, but different mass number. Okay. Now, please see. What is hydrogen in terms of chemistry? Hydrogen, it is a gas. Hydrogen, it is something that can react with alkene. If you remember from 10th standard, hydrogenation of alkene and alkynes, monosaturated, polysaturated, unsaturated, like that, right? So there, what is
Yes, sir.
hydrogen? Hydrogen is a gas. It shows some reactions. And you know some reactions, 1-2 reactions, right? Hydrogen is something that will have some characteristic reaction. If there is any gas, so please think in terms of chemistry, like you don't have a gas that has H. ऐसे नहीं होता hydrogen. Hydrogen is not like that, huh? That when hydrogen is evolved, you have H coming from the test tube. It's not like that, right? So hydrogen will give some chemical reactions, right? Achha. So if there is any gas which gives certain reaction, which is shown by hydrogen, we know, okay, hydrogen gives A reaction, B reaction, C reaction, D reaction, E reaction. And then we got some gas. That gas was also doing A reaction, B reaction, C reaction, D reaction, E reaction, same as hydrogen. So I will say that is also what? Hydrogen only. But the scientists that did not know the thing about isotopes is that hydrogen has one isotope. Hydrogen, it is having atomic mass 1. There is another isotope, that is deuterium. Deuterium, which is denoted by D, and there is one more, that is tritium, that is denoted by T. So deuterium, see, hydrogen is what? Its mass is 1 Right now we know that. Deuterium is 2 MA. Right now we know deuterium. But the scientists initially, they did not know that there is something called deuterium. They thought only hydrogen because they were only concerned with the reactions. There is tritium, which is 3 MA. Right? This is 3 MA. But they did not know that. All of these things were considered as what? As hydrogen only. So the scientists who got, please try to understand here, the scientists who got helium atom is equal to 2 hydrogen. These were not actually hydrogen, but they were rather deuterium. Make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now hydrogen has a problem. I cannot say that mass of 1 AMU is mass of hydrogen atom, because sometimes hydrogen, that time people did not know deuterium. Na? So sometimes hydrogen is 1 AMU, sometimes hydrogen is 2 AMU, sometimes hydrogen is 3 AMU. So how would I know? So they said that no, we will reject hydrogen. We are not going to use hydrogen to define 1 AMU. So right now we were saying 1 AMU is equal to the mass of one hydrogen atom. No, right now we will not say, because hydrogen, it is sometimes 1 AMU, sometimes it is 2 AMU, sometimes it is heavier, sometimes it is not heavier. So at that time, when this particular debate was happening, what we should take, that time industrial revolution was going on in the 1900s. In industrial revolution, we had, main thing that we had was metal. But metal was not very important. What was important? Where the metal is coming from. So you have done this also in the 10th standard, right? Metal, non-metals, how the extraction of metals, right? So metals, they come from minerals and ores. They come from minerals and ores. Most of the minerals and ores are oxides. Correct? You have learned 2 ores, oxide ores and sulfide ores. Calcination, roasting. Yaad aa raha hai? Kuch Faz and Ali. Can you remember something from 10th
Yes,
standard?
sir.
Yes, sir.
है ना? Higher reactivity, medium reactivity, lower reactivity. Something you remember something from 10th standard? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you know this. You know now. You know this. Oxides or there are they. So most of the elements that were found, they were found in oxide. So people thought, see, every metal is forming oxide. So we will define 1 AMU in terms of oxygen. Okay. Now this definition is very easy. You have done na? एक बार बताइए. Please tell me one thing. Okay, please tell me one thing. 25 chocolates. 25 chocolates in 100 rupees. So one chocolate in 100 by 25 rupees. You know this? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
ठीक, बस वही करना है. So we know that 16 AMU is equal to mass of oxygen atom. We have already know this. We already know this, right? 16 AMU is equal to mass of oxygen atom. So 1 AMU will be equal to 1 by 16 mass of oxygen atom. क्या ख्याल है? What do you guys think? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
है ना? But I mean, there was again some problem. The physics people, they were using oxygen. Some chemists were using hydrogen. Some chemists were using oxygen. So it was completely mishap. And then in 1968, there was a conference called with all the scientists who were present. And then they decided on carbon. And till now, carbon is used in terms of, carbon is used for the definition of 1 AMU. So as I have defined for oxygen, na, you know this is 12 AMU. आप वैसे ही कार्बन के लिए थोड़ा बोलिएगा साथ में. Both of you guys please read. 1 AMU will be equal to, what should I write for mass of carbon atom? How should I write? Tell me. I've written for oxygen. I have written. I will speak and then you will think about carbon. 16 AMU is equal to mass of oxygen atom. 1 AMU is equal to 1 by 16 mass of oxygen atom. If I want to define in terms of carbon, how should I define it? Tell me. 1 by, in
1
terms of
by
carbon,
12
12 mass of
mass of carbon
carbon
atom.
atom. So now you will remember the definition of 1 AMU, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Tell me. Okay. You have seen this definition previously also?
Yes, sir. No, no.
No. 1 by 12 mass of carbon atom, 1 AMU is equal to. Ali, what about you? Have you seen this definition previously?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I know. Okay. Did it make sense then when you read it for the first time?
No, sir.
You must have hated chemistry at the point where you read 1 AMU. है ना? What type of foolish definition is this? That as a definition for, I mean, I understand, completely understand. It is completely illogical to define something as 112 mass of carbon atom. That is also the one AMU. I was also like completely bewildered about this particular definition when I was in like it was initially in the 9th standard, but your syllabus has been cut down. But I was more thoughtful on this in the 11th standard. Like, it is like, how can someone define it like this? But once I started reading about chemistry, so I came to know about this history. Now it makes complete sense. What do you guys say, personally?
Yes,
It
sir.
makes sense now. Ali,
Yes,
what
sir.
about
Yes,
you?
sir.
है ना? ठीक है,
Yes,
चलो.
sir.
So, I mean, I understand, like AMU is very small topic, but I always take half hour to explain AMU because this is the first thing that you learn in chemistry. And how will you love a subject if you are hating the first thing that you love in that subject, right? So whatever you want to write, you can write from here. Okay? I mean, you should write everything so that you remember the complete story. Okay? And please इसको write लिख लीजिए आराम से. So this is the only thing in which I go very deep, even when the student don't ask me to. He did not ask me to explain the complete thing about one email, but this is the only thing where I go a bit deep. In other parts, I will be more focusing on problems, how to do problems, how to memorize something. See, each and every subject will be comprising of few things. There will be some
So,
memorization. There will. Mhm.
sir, actually, last year I used to see this recorded class. So this year also I will get.
Yeah, we will get recording,
So,
but you will have to make notes right now only, okay? In the class
yeah,
itself.
I will make notes. Sometimes, whenever I learn or I need something, I just used to see.
You will get the recordings. So you had the app with you, the Learnivio app, last time. Or you used to
The
watch in
last
the.
time,
How did you watch the lectures?
actually last year I was seeing in the YouTube, like
With the,
I used to get only like some, but this year I did not get anything, so that's why I asked.
have you done any classes like physics or biology? Have you done any other
Yes, I
classes?
done biology.
Actually, you have done biology. Okay. So you will not get the links maybe this year. You will be having the recordings in the Learnivio app itself. Okay, so if
So
you
I
download the
used to
app,
have everything.
you used to have everything. What do you mean? You have the app.
No, like so I would have every recorded class, right?
Yeah, every recorded class. All the recordings will be there. But, even if you like, if you want the links or playlist, like the last year, then you can just message Learnivio. They will send you the recordings. Okay.
Okay. I can get it in online also, right? And it means in the Google also, right? Because I'm not having the app.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, if you, they will send you the link on WhatsApp. You can see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let me know once you're done writing this. And Ali, let me know once you're done writing this.
Yes, sir. I'm the last.
Ali, you are done.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Done.
So both of you understood everything from here in this class.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you will be having the batch type class next time whenever we meet, and you will be getting to know about the lectures on WhatsApp. Okay, like as you got the link today, you will get the link for the batch classes also. Okay, And just let me know, Faz and Ali, if you have any doubt that you want me to ask, that you want me to clear, let me know.
So at the batch classes, right?
Mhm.
Already there will be some. Already you will be finished the some portions, right?
In the batch, in the batch, I have completed this whole chapter, some basic concepts of chemistry, and I've started with atomic structure. But
Yes, sir.
fortunately, we are going to start a new batch. So that one batch is already full. So Faz, Ali, you both of you will be in a new batch. So I will be starting from the start. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? By the way, Faz, you must be knowing about the like how everything happens here. I'm telling for Ali. Ali, we will be having two classes for chemistry. I'm telling. Okay, okay, Ali. Two
Yes,
lectures
sir.
per week. So the lectures they will be ranging from 1.5 hours. They will be 1.5 hours for this. Okay. Very rarely it will be more than 1.5 hours. Now, one thing that is very important is that after the class you will have assessment. So the assessment it will happen in the Learnivio app. If you don't have Learnivio app, then you can access the app on the website also. So links and everything will be provided by the team. So in the app or the website, whatever you are using, you will be having assessment. This assessment will be having 5 MCQs. And this 5 MCQs, it will be based on the lectures that we have done. The lecture that we have done. For example, if I start in the next class, we will be talking about mainly about mole concept. In the next lecture, once the lecture is over, you will get a test of 5 question MCQs where you will be having questions related to the mole concept. Okay. So after every class, you will be having this. That is after class assessment. It will be on the website or the app, whatever you are going to use. Now, there will be tests in every 2 weeks. A second. Yeah. So every 2 weeks you will be having, like in 14 days. Every 2 weeks there will be a test. This test will be of 1 hour, and it will be the test will be of whatever we have done in the 2 weeks. So in 1 week we have 2 lectures. So in 2 weeks we'll be having 4 lectures, and whatever we have covered in those 4 lectures that will be asked in the test. Okay. And as we slowly move ahead, and let's suppose we have completed a chapter, then there will be test that is on complete chapter. Okay. And similarly, like then complete chapter, then second chapter, and so on. So after every 4 lectures, you will be having a test that will be of 1 hour. And the timings of the test, that is up to you. You can choose the time, right? Whatever timing you choose, you will be given a link. You will join that link and you will be attempting the test with your cameras on. Okay. So the test will be of 1 hour, and the test will be having MCQs. Generally, the format that I have for the test is there will be 5 MCQs. There will be 3 2 marks questions. There will be 2 3 marks questions. Okay. So generally format is this. Okay. Only this much. In 1 hour you have to do. And sometimes what I do, I decrease these things and I give 1 5 marks question. One question of 5 marks. And I will remove 1 2 mark question, 1 3 mark question, or I will remove 2 MCQs or something like that. And depending on the time that you are having, I will give you 1 5 marks questions. But generally, you will have this format: 5 MCQ, 3 2 marks, and 2 3 mark questions. Fine. Is it clear, Ali and Faz, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Anything else? Please let me know. Achha, by the way, right now I don't want anything, but I will be asking you to send me few things in the class. For example, I will give you a problem to solve. Then I will ask you to send me a photo of whatever you have done. Now, how you have done. I want to see how you are calculating things, how you are like dividing, how you are multiplying, how you are doing the complete calculations and everything. So I want to see that. So for that, you will have to save my numbers 7530 998 007. You can send all your chemistry doubts here. Whatever doubts you are having, now I prefer that you send me over WhatsApp. And usually, I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on clearing doubts in the class. what I like is that we can, for example, whatever doubt Faz is having, Ali is not going to have that doubt. So if Faz is asking some doubt and Ali already knows it, then the time of Ali is going to be somewhat wasted. It will not be completely wasted, but it is not useful for Ali so much. So similarly, sometimes Ali will have some doubt that will be not very much useful for Faz. That is why I prefer the doubts on my WhatsApp. And you send me a doubt in 2 or 3 hours. That is maximum that I will take. Usually I reply within 5 or 10 minutes. I will send you some hints, whatever doubt you're having, think like this, or look in your notebook. And in this topic, read this line, and then that will clear you out. I generally don't give the answers as an egg that you are going to send me a question, sir, how to solve this. That's not going to happen. I will not solve things for you. What I can do is I can refer to a problem that we have done in the class in a similar way, and then I will ask you to try and show me how much you have done. Okay. So see the key. All the effort, all the hard work is to be done by Ali and Faz only. Salim sir is not going to do any hard work. Salim sir has already completed 11th standard, already completed 12th standard, already completed BSc and MSc in chemistry. I am not going to do any hard work. Hard work is to be done by you. And wherever you are having some confusion, I can hold your hands. I can guide you. Okay. And if I give you the answer, then it will not be very much useful to you. Okay. I will show you the path. There you have to go, here you have to go, and that will help you a lot. Okay. And I hope Faz will know this because her sister